Hello everyone, welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. It is I, Pokemaster Ander, and today I'll be showing you how to build my very simple, very cheap Minecraft nether wart farm. And really, if you're looking into making potions in any way, shape, or form, nether wart farms are pretty much a must. I mean, no one wants to adventure into the dangerous nether every single time they wanna, have some nether warts. And really, having some nether warts in the overworld is always useful because they're really easy accessible. And another good thing about my farm here is it is extremely cheap and requires no skill at all. So if that sounds good to you, let's dive right into the tutorial. Alright, so before I can teach you how to build it, I want to show you like what the farm does. Like, why is this like this? Well, if you see here, we have this lever, which we can now, I'll just break a couple here so that you can see how it works. When I press that, water comes out of these two trap doors and pretty much brings them into one point over there, where they then get put into a hopper and into our chest. That looks very interesting and useful. Then maybe, continue watching. All right, so this chest right here contains absolutely everything you will need for this build. So when you look inside, you can see it is pretty cheap. Now, the only thing I think is a bit much is the soul sand, but you will need that for every nether wart farm, so you might as well get used to that. And yeah, so not all of this is in exact quantities, but most of it. So we'll start with the soul sand. Obviously, this isn't exact quantities because this is a really important part of the build. And yeah, a stack and then 8 extra. Okay, I forgot something. You'll need 2 water buckets as well. I forgot that one in the original recording. That's why I'm jumping in right now. This is me from the future. Just correcting me from the past. Just like in Back to the Future, Next is 2 trapdoors. It doesn't have to be spruce. I just took these because you can't look through them and it just, looks better. So just 2 trapdoors. Then 2 stacks of your block of choice. So it doesn't have to be stone. It just any block will do. It absolutely doesn't matter. Just 2 stacks. Then you will have exactly 20 redstone. You can have a whole stack if you want, just in case you want to extend it into like a sorter or some sorter. What am I talking about? Yeah, just extra redstone is always good in redstone builds. 1 redstone torch. 1 hopper, exactly 1, pretty cheap, huh? 2 chests. It doesn't have to be 2 chests, but a double chest is good when you have a farm. 1 lever, and then a stack and 8 of nether wart. Now this doesn't have to be like that. This is just, if you want the whole farm filled up to the brim with nether wart, this is how much you'll need. You can start with 1 nether wart if you want. You can start with 10. You can start with any amount really you want. But this is the maximum capacity of our farm. Down here are the 2 optional things. So a spruce door to get in case you want to, let's switch these around. 64 stone in case you want to build the walls like I have to keep mobs out, and just in case you want to put it into your build, your base. And a door to enter past those walls, obviously. And that was absolutely everything you need. As you can see, it is pretty cheap. All of this is pretty easy to get, except for maybe the soul sand that takes a while. But if you want to risk your trips to the nether for never having to go again, this is what you'll want. So once you've found the perfect spot for your nether wart farm, you're going to want to make a rectangle with the dimensions of 8 by 9. So 8 wide and 9 long. That'll make our perfect square for using the water mechanics to our advantage. Okay, so once you have your 8 by 9 square here in your spot, you're gonna want to make a 1 tall wall around it, excepting this block right here. So at the very edge at the side, depending on where you want the water to come from. If you want your collection chamber over here, put the little corners over here. It's just a little open corner at the very end. That is a very important part of the build because that is where the water will come in. Now that is done, you can already go ahead and put here a little wall. Once you have that done, you have your 8 by 9 rectangle with your wall around it. And remember, here in the corners, you always have to have those 3, because here we can already place our trapdoors and make sure to open them immediately. That way, we can use the 1.13 water mechanics to our advantage in a second. Alright, so now grab your 2 water buckets and fill up the little, like, nook between the trapdoor and the block. According to the new, well, not new, but the 1.13 mechanics, you can do that, and that will make it work perfectly. Now, alright, now that that's done, you can go ahead and place on top of your little water place, you go ahead and place a whole nother part of your build, which is the top most layer, unless you want to make the walls, but right here it's the topmost level. Now on the other side, you're going to also place in between the 2 blocks there, place a whole line. All right, so now that you have this, you're going to go ahead and you see this like one tall wall here. This is 9 blocks wide, long, excuse me. And at the very end, it doesn't matter which side, but at the very end, you're going to place 2 blocks so that it's a bit further than the whole build. That is where we can start using redstone. And next, we go one to the side. We skip 1 block, and up here, we place a block there. That's a temporary block. You can get rid of it later, or you can keep it. It doesn't really matter. On top of that, you put another block. You can break that afterwards. That is completely irrelevant. This, we then extend all the way to the end of the build. So like this is that would be good. It can be longer if you want, as long as the redstone signal lasts. That would be the setup for the redstone. Also, you can extend these walls later on. All right, next we can go ahead and start using our redstone and make our circuit. So it is super duper simple. How it works is we're gonna have to place our redstone right about here at the 9 wide, well, not 9 wide anymore, but this line at the very end, this wall, we're gonna place our redstone and all the way to the end. And then, in like this, kind of like, in the slot right here, it's the block we skipped. Right on this side of the block, we place our little torch, our redstone torch. And on the top of that, we extend this all the way across. As you can see, the signal is like not present on this side, but here it is there. That is because this redstone torch here intercepts the whole signal. Next, you can go ahead and grab yourself your torch and place it right here. All right, so once you've placed your lever right here and everything, your farm should look just about like this. And this is pretty much the farming mechanism done. Now, there's one last thing that many people don't seem to understand, and you need this for the whole farm to work. Because if we go ahead and flick the lever, as you can see, it does not bring it into one point, and it does not even last far enough to get to the edge. And that is not ideal for us. So what you're going to do is you're just going to keep it flicked so that we can have the water here. And in that water, you can see it makes this nice triangle here, this kind of like pyramid thing. And what you're going to do with that is you're going to go to the very edge of the water and dig those out. Right along the water line, the shoreline, like I like to call it. And then you can go ahead and dig out absolutely everything. Make sure not to like break the very bottom, like right down there, because that will ruin our flow. You can always re-flick the lever after you fixed it, but it's just kind of annoying. Now, as you can see that we've done that, it flows into one exact point, and that is this one right here in the middle. And that is very crucial for our build, because like, look, now if you throw it in there, it goes right to the middle. And that is very important. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot this. Obviously, replace the floor with soul sand. Please do that. Do that. Give me a favor. Because if I had forgotten that, our farm would be far less expensive. Not expensive, far less efficient, and not as good. And we want it good, don't we? We want it the best farm that is possible to make, and this may not be the best, but is definitely one of the cheapest. All right, so make your way right to the middle of your farm, right here where the water is all centered to this one point, which is this block right here on the wall. Break that. For me, I've already dug out something on the other side, but you do however you want, and then place a hopper right about there. Now, I did it wrong because it is now facing into that block. So you want to place one there and then place the one on top. There. Now that we have the hopper in place, if we yeet something right here into the pool, it will travel right into the hopper, which is obviously what we want. Now, over here, as you can see, I have already dug up a nice little pit. This is our collection chamber. Now, under the hopper, you just dig it out however you want. The most important part is that this part is exposed where we have our hopper. There, under that, you place a double chest, or what was that? A double chest or just a chest, depending on how much you want to be collecting. And once you've done that, the farm should look somewhat like this. I mean, this pit right here doesn't have to be this big. It can be as big as you like, but I just made it big just, you know, for tutorial reasons, if you know what I'm saying. But that is what you have then. Alright, so the next part is just filling up your farm. Take however many nether warts you have or have gathered from the nether and place them in your farm. I'm just going to place all of them. Just like so. And let's just say our farm is full now. I haven't filled I haven't actually filled the whole farm, but let's say this is how much we have, right? And as you can see, nether warts grow quite fast, but as you can see, we've placed them all here now. And if we flip this lever now, all the nether warts will be thrown into this one point where they will then be collected by the hopper and over time get put into this chest. It's still up here being just hopped, but is that how you say it? Being hopped, being, I don't know, relocated, whatever. But as you can see, it seems to be working. Now, the next bit that I'm going to show you in just a minute is for the people who want to go the extra mile, who just want their thing to look good, be a bit more, you know, well, not useful, but like more accessible and just better. All right, then when you want, if you're here for the extra mile, congrats to you. You're apparently, I'm very thankful that you're sticking around to the end of the video, because that's very important to me that my viewers are engaged and, you know, give me watch time. That's also important. But the next thing what happens is you're gonna go ahead and just make a wall, you know, because you do not want mobs jumping into your crop. I mean, it won't break the nether wart. It's just annoying when you use the water mechanism and there is an animal being pushed into there. That's just annoying, and you don't want that. So walls around however tall you want. I just like to put it above the redstone because that's just a nice rule of thumb. I don't know why. Once you've got that, you're gonna find your place. I'm just gonna finish this real quick. That side can stay at as tall as it is. I just do it because then it looks better. Now you have yourself your little, you know, fortified farm where you grab yourself your door of choice. Any door will do, really, and find yourself the spot where you want to open. Now, what's really crucial, ooh, that's not good. What's really crucial about this part is that the door is facing in this direction and is on the very edge. So, because if you place it like this, the water can sometimes push items into this little, like, you know, engraving here, and that's not what we want. So go ahead and face in this direction and place it on the very outside. That way you can build your hall here that connects to your base, and you can enter it through that, which is also pretty useful if you really just want the luxury of this. Otherwise, you can just not have all this and just you do the original tutorial. All right, so that was the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I hope this farm was of use to you. And really, I'm very grateful that you stuck around to the very end of the video. It means a lot to me. Like I said before, lots of watch time. And, you know, I just like when I see that people are watching my video, you know. It's just kind of very gratifying as a YouTuber, if you know what I'm saying. But also, if you did enjoy it this much that you watched to the end, to the outro, who even watches outros anymore? I don't even know. But if you really did enjoy it that much, leave a like. I'd be very grateful. And subscribe to join the farmers. Is that what our gang's called now? The farm, yeah, whatever. Just forget it. Subscribe to learn about the new cool farms I'm constructing, and comment down below that any flaws and other thoughts of yours on your mind. And that's all. Then I'll see you in the next one.